Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, potential presidential contender, I might add, so keep an eye on that one, as well as Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, have both called off the president, sending in the National Guard to help the city's crime crisis. Now, remarkably, this is what the mayor, Brandon Johnson, said about sending more criminals to jail.
We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down.
But I couldn't believe that CNN let this go to air, because apparently some Chicago locals do endorse the move for military intervention.
My first reaction was that this is a good thing. I think that the governor as well as the mayor should be on board with it, just so we can get a bit more of security in Chicago the way that we need.
The crime has dropped since 2024. Do you feel like the city feels safer?
No, not at all.
Christian, Chicago's got one of the highest murder rates in the United States, if not the highest. Why would anyone be against lowering the crime rate?
Yeah, it's weird, and of course, they're manipulating the figures, and if the mayor doesn't want to put people in jail, maybe we should just do what Singapore does and cane some lower level prisoners, and then they can go on their way. Just partially joking there. Incarceration works great. Police crackdowns work great. It's what Rudy Giuliani did to make New York safe, to clean it up after the 70s and 80s and decades of decay. And everyone said, oh, if you crack down on crime, it just moves from one area to another. It just wasn't true. Actually, if you crack down on crime, you crack down on crime. And there's, I think one important point here is if Donald Trump can prove, again, what Rudy Giuliani proved in New York, if he can remind voters of that, then this is sort of the last vestige of Democrat power are these cities. There's really no city that's run by a Democrat or by a Republican, maybe the exception of Miami currently. It is a Democrat stronghold, and unlike other Democrat constituencies that Trump has chipped away at, like Hispanics, black men, virtually everyone but Karens, frankly, that if he starts to pull political support from these Democrat machines in the cities, then the Democrats really have nothing left. And just final point, yeah, when you go and talk to actual people in these cities, not the politicians or the aging white hippies, liberal white hippies, but actual citizens who have to deal with crime, they're in favor of the crack.
Hey, before I let you go, we got to talk about Gavin Newsom, because everybody's talking about Gavin Newsom now. And Gavin Newsom, well, he's talking about Donald Trump and saying that he's made America a laughingstock. Hear him at the Politico Summit in California just a little while ago.
I've had the privilege of meeting a lot of foreign leaders. I've had a chance.
What's the general?
They're laughing behind his back. That did not happen. I'm making this clear.
They're
do not conflate what I just said with the meeting I had with the Denmark delegation.
No, it wasn't them. Other foreign leaders are laughing.
I've had dozens and dozens. Ambassadors met with him.
What are they saying?
They're laughing behind his back. He's being played everywhere. It's an embarrassment.
I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of world leaders, but what do you think? Are world leaders really laughing behind Trump's back?
I don't know. Maybe some are. I kind of doubt it. That's exactly what they said about Ronald Reagan. Oh, they think this is just a dumb actor who reads lines that his staff give him behind their back. And, then he and Thatcher and others helped end and win the Cold War and restored the United States, restored the West. And with Trump, maybe some of the Europeans still chuckle behind his back. But guess what? Europe is the laughingstock now. They've proved that they can't, that NATO essentially is nothing without the United States. They're all in political crisis. Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, they're going to outlast all of the political leaders in Europe. If they're laughing, that's fine, but I doubt it. And I don't think Kim Jong-un or Putin or Xi Jinping are laughing the same way they would have if Kamala Harris had been president, or if Gavin Newsom, slick Gavin, with a state that's in fiscal crisis. That's a beautiful state with tons of natural resources that people are moving out of because of his mismanagement and the highest income taxes in this country.
That's a great point. I'm glad you brought up Reagan, because I remember that too. Anyway, thank you so much, Christian Whiton, for your time. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you again soon here on the U.S. Report. Now,